Proud Family was a show from when I was a kid. A show 90s and early 2000 babies will probably remember. I guess the people at Disney who are in charge of diversity needed a black show, so instead of making a new one, they decided to revive the Proud Family and just make it even more diverse. And when I say more diverse, I just mean gayer. This show isn't a continuation of the previous series where maybe Penny goes to college or starts her own family. Nah, it's a straight reset of the world. All to introduce some of the most bland characters I've ever seen. We got Kiki Palmer's character, who is supposed to be this woke activist type with no personality whatsoever. I don't know, probably just a writer somewhat self-inserting their boring self into the series. I mean, look at her description on Wikipedia. A 14-year-old activist and new resident in Smithville who is the adopted child of Barry and Randall Jenkins, the new gay couple. She is often seen reading real life books. Ooh, she's intelligent, themed around anti-racism. Like, come on, you can't tell me someone really thought this was a good idea for a cartoon character, or really any character. There's also, because no character like that is fun. No, the character like that isn't going to be fun to hang out with. You're not hanging out with a nigga who's sitting there reading real life books themed around anti-racism. Like, shorty, if you don't get yourself a fictional book, something, go read you some Harry Potter or something, dude. Whatever. There's also her brother, who is voiced by A Boogie, apparently. This shit surprised me. Who had DJ's love interest. And Penny also has a new love interest. I'm going to save myself time and say all of these characters are boring. Aren't like most Proud Family characters supposed to be like zany and kind of out there? Who writes boring characters for a cartoon? Imagine Ed, Edd n Eddy with boring characters. Wikipedia couldn't even tell me these niggas' personality outside of Kiki Palmer's character, and her description made me cringe. I get A Boogie probably isn't that good a voice actor, but Kiki Palmer definitely is being underutilized. Like, you could get any other black woman to play this bland character. They got Kiki Palmer, who from my understanding should be a decent voice actor. But let's get to the actual episode I wanted to talk about. There's so many somewhat goofy episodes within this show, but I think this one takes the cake in stupidity. Season 2, Episode 6, The End of Innocence. A famous teen actor transfers to Penny School, and the girls waste zero time clout chasing. The new character Dejanay is supposed to have a crush on. She quickly rejects him in favor of the possibility of a chance with this celeb boy, which isn't shocking because Dejanay has always been two-faced and has no loyalty whatsoever. But even Penny is tossing aside her love interest in favor of this guy. The teen celeb, whose name is Noah, finally appears and with the quickness asks out Zoe's goofy ass, to everyone's shock. But here goes the fake woke Kiki Palmer character jumping in to start gossiping about how she heard from a friend who heard from another friend who heard from their cousin that Noah only likes white girls. Like, this is the shade room or something. What's going on here? I won't lie. The faces of shock Penny and her friends made over this reveal is actually kind of funny. You think some horrific secret had just been revealed, not just a nigga having a preference. Penny goes home to her mom depressed over the possibility Noah doesn't like her, or black women in general, I guess. Ma'am, you don't even know him. Calm down. You'll be alright. Shorty damn near need therapy over some guy she just halfway met that day. Like, she already got a pseudo boyfriend who likes her the way she is, that she threw aside for the chance at a celeb boyfriend, and we're supposed to feel bad for her? Nah, shorty just shallow. Next scene, we have Penny on a video call with Dejanay, Michael, and La Cienega. So Dejanay and La Cienega complain about Noah allegedly only dating white girls. First off, why is La Cienega mad? Are both your parents Puerto Rican or something? Does she even have a right to be mad? This POC BIPOC nonsense is out of control. Anyway, Penny pretty much is the voice of reason, pointing out that pointing out that Kiki Palmer's cousin's sister husband isn't a valid source on Noah's preference. Regardless, Dejanay decides to not invite Zoe to their little Disney princess party that they've been doing ever since little girls. Shorty is officially the new CEO of hating. What the hell is this? Has to be the most ridiculous and petty nonsense I've ever heard. Let's assume Noah does only like white girls. You're going to push away your childhood best friend over it? She just sounds like a hater. As Dejanay is almost done being jealous and hating, Zoe enters the call having heard everything, making Dejanay's scary ass click off in the corniest way possible. Side note, all you black diversity hires who never really grew up with black people and your only interaction is on black Twitter, no one in real life talks like this. Fast forward to the Disney princess party thing. All the girls and Michael pull up dressed up as Disney princesses, except Kiki Palmer's goofy ass, who decides to dress up as Beyonce for some reason. Like, shorty, if you're not going to dress up as a Disney princess, then stay home. Who invited her? She's the type to pull up to the anime convention dressed up as Sexy Red. But whatever. For some reason, they decide to let it fly. Like, seriously, what is even the gag here? What's funny? Penny's mom realizes Zoe isn't there and asks why. Dejanay's goofy self was about to explain to Penny's mom how they uninvited Zoe because a teen celeb asked her out and not them. But Penny, being the only one with even somewhat common sense, stopped Dejanay, knowing that the truth doesn't exactly make them look good. Zoe eventually pulls up, strapped with a bow, and what is the only funny gag in this entire episode, which is sad. It doesn't take long for the group to start arguing over Noah in the most mean-spirited way possible. And I thought the parents would put an end to this nonsense, but no, they just let them fight. Zoe denies that Noah only asked her out because she's white, and La Cienega asks her what boy has ever asked her out. I gotta say, that's pretty messed up. To put your friend down like that all because you're jealous. And the premise of this episode is so stupid. Let's be honest. Zoe is supposed to be an awkward, tall, gangly, funny-looking nerd. She's meant to be drawn to be She's not meant to be drawn to be conventionally. I can't talk. She's not meant to be conventionally attractive by any means. That's clear. Noah could have any white girl at this school he wants. Spoiler alert, he gets a new one at the end of the episode. Why in the world would he choose Zoe when he has access to way better girls in the school? The ideal that black men, especially successful black men, love white women so much that they'll just date any chick as long as they're white, even though they have access to the most attractive white women, is so off the mark. After successfully putting their friend down, Dejanay leaves, telling Zoe she just doesn't get it, which is something a woman will tell you when something bothers them, but they can't logically defend or explain why it bothers them. What's crazy is everyone but Penny decides to leave. The most ridiculous one out of all of them is Michael. He admits to having no dog in the fight, but ultimately sides with Dejanay and La Cienega because he has to side with his fellow BIPOCs. God, I hate this show now. Who in real life uses the term BIPOC? Stop letting these Twitter weirdos write these shows, I swear. What's crazy about this though is imagine you have a group of black friends. Y'all been cool since childhood. You get into an argument with two of your friends, and another one of your friends who doesn't have any stake in the argument sides against you because you're white. Not because you're wrong, but because you're white. Like, bro, Zoe, get some new friends. This friend group has always been trash, but give me a break. Usually, I'd say bros over hoes, but not today. Poor Zoe sitting there in tears because how her own friends treated her, and all Penny can say is, you didn't deserve that. Meanwhile, she was quiet as hell when they were violating her. When they all pulled up to the school function, the whole friend group, instead of Penny, are still trash talking Zoe until Penny calls them out for how they treated Zoe. The only ones with any sense are the two new black male characters who don't understand their obsession with who Noah likes to date. But of course, the unhinged Kiki Palmer character gets in their faces and questioning why they think it's okay to prefer one race over another. Or my bad, to prefer white women over black women. Winning the argument not because she's right or made the most logical points, but because the two black men knew right or wrong that they were not winning the debate anyways. This isn't a discussion based on logic, it's a discussion based on emotions. And there's no arguing with an emotional woman. Zoe shows up and her friends, quote unquote friends, are still popping shit. Zoe reveals that she's no longer with Noah, and the CEO of Hating, Dejanay, and her COO, La Cienega, waste no time thanking God for Zoe's downfall. But it turns out Zoe was the one who dumped Noah because he admitted to her that he only dates white girls and that he's only dating Zoe because she's white. And Zoe couldn't date him if it would hurt her friend's feelings. Look, Zoe, why are you trying so hard to appease these friends of yours? Especially they revealed their true colors, but you're worried about their feelings when they could have cared little about yours. After getting what they wanted, the CEO and her staff finally admit to their wrongdoings and apologize. And boy, does this scene annoy me. First off, again, why is La Cienega talking? Shouldn't she be staying out of black folks' business? Talking about Noah's the jerk here, not you. How is Noah a jerk for liking what he likes? It's not like he has put down black women or even said anything offensive this whole entire episode. All he does is date who he likes. Y'all had to ask him about his preference. He didn't, because he wasn't walking around talking about how much better white women are. Had they written Noah as a character who hates or at least thinks less of black women, the episode would be less stupid. But this episode isn't about black men who dislike black women. It's commentary on celeb black men like Michael B. Jordan who just date a lot of white women, I guess. Which is, it's a worthless ass, shade room ass topic. Thankfully for Noah, he replaces Zoe expeditiously because why would he? He's a clouded up, young, attractive teen star. Why would he go for Zoe to begin with? I guess because she's the only white girl in the group, but the writing doesn't make sense. The Kiki Palmer character is funny though. She sees Noah with his new and improved white girl and says, she doesn't even know. Like, doesn't know what? That he likes white girls? Why would she even care? She's probably thankful he's a milkman, because now she gets a shot. What's ridiculous is the fact that Zoe fumbled. She fumbled, bro, just to appease some of the worst friends in cartoon history. Congratulations, you played yourself. Dejanay is a two-faced and jealous. La Cienega thinks she's better than you and has about as much loyalty as Dejanay. Michael low-key hates you because you're white. And the Kiki Palmer character instigated the whole thing but acted like she was too cool to care. She had the nerve to say men are overrated anyways, but still worried about who we date. And let me roast the Kiki Palmer character real quick. You talking about men are overrated, but it took 2 men to adopt you and your brother and give y'all a home. Everyone in your immediate family is a male. I couldn't imagine my whole immediate family being women, but saying women are overrated. But that's just me. And you're worried about who Noah's dating, but you got a whole white daddy, man. You have a gay interracial parents. You should be worried about no one's preference before we start talking about your dad's preference. But that's the issue. Everyone is allowed to have their preference unless you're a black man and your preference is white women. That's the only dating preference you can shame, apparently. The episode ends with my favorite part though. The nerdy nigga, I believe his name is Myron. The nerdy nigga is, if I remember properly, because I'm re-educating myself and looking up things for this show. It's been a while. But Myron, who has always had a thing for Zoe in this reboot, all I remember from him in the original is him fake flexing like he kissed Penny to gain popularity. But he asked Zoe out, and she asked him if he likes her because she's white. To which Myron responds saying no, he likes her because of her intellect. Which she showed very little intellect this entire show, if I'm being honest. But okay, now this is my favorite part. Zoe starts dancing with Byron, and she makes sure to look around at her friends to make sure she had their approval. And they're just like, girl, we don't even want that dork ass nigga. Until they all hit 30 and Myron's pulling six figures a year, then they're going to be mad about it. But for now, Shorty's good. They're good off him. I'm sorry, but this writing did not make black women look good. I had to make sure this was written by a black woman, because I was like, nah, maybe a gay nigga wrote this or something. But nah, this was written by a black woman. She definitely probably a shade room user. Only someone with the IQ and reasoning will only someone with their IQ and reasoning will write this. But I'm about to go back to pretending this reboot never existed and the Proud Family ended in 2007 or whatever.